Hi everyone, I'm Sarah from Justice for Education, and today I'm here with Shoger. We will talk about Nor Luyce. Hi Shoger, thank you very much for being here. And first of all, I would like to ask you an introduction of yourself and of the NGO.
Amazing. Hi, Sarah, and thank you so much for the invitation. It's really nice to be here. I'm Shogi. All my friends know me as as Shoger. I am from Armenia, from Gyumri. I got my first degree in Armenia as English language teacher and school psychologist. I got my second degree as a Fulbright scholar at Lehigh University as a counselor. So I do also a lot of therapy. And I just got my third degree in human development and education. I just graduated from Harvard. And I established the organization about 16 years ago. It is the first and only mentoring organization in Armenia working with adults and girls from orphanages and socially vulnerable families.
You gave us a brief introduction of the NGO, but why and when was the NGO founded? Why?
Why and when? It's a very interesting story actually. So a long time ago, but it was in 2009. I was still working for a different organization, and I was a group leader over there. And together with the group, we went to one of the local orphanages because we were going to document the historical building of the orphanage. So we went, we finished our work, we spent amazing time with kids, and like we laughed, we played, it was amazing. And at the end of the day, when we're going to say bye to everyone and leave, and there was this one teenage girl, she approached us and she goes like, um, it was amazing having you here, guys. Unfortunately, when you leave, you will forget about us. So her words shocked me. I didn't know what to say. I understood where she was coming from. And the only thing that came to my mind at that moment was like, I promise I'll be back. And she looked at me, she goes like, don't promise something that you can't keep. She said and she left. She left me there speechless. And I didn't know what to say. Like I was really just standing and looking at her. So later, I shared my experience with some of my group members, and there were two guys from Armenians from California, and they introduced me to the idea of Big Brother, Big Sisters, which is also a mentoring organization. And I decided to spend the next like 4 months researching about what is Big Brother, Big Sister, what kind of mentoring programs there exist in the world. I read a lot of empirical articles about adolescents, the challenges, the crises, adolescents' crisis. And I decided to establish the three-phase modeling mentoring model, and it was in January of 2010. I went back to that very orphanage and I found that girl. And she became one of the first participants in our program. And that's how I started Nor Luyce. And we started actually with only volunteers and five mentees. And that girl was one of the first mentees who joined the organization. But currently, we are working with more than 135 mentees. We have 50 mentors annually joining us and a lot of international volunteers.
This is a very inspiring story. The part of the young girl saying these words, and in a certain way, it has been a very important part of the process and of the foundation and of the idea. But how would you describe the lives of these girls the NGO helps, and also their social economic conditions? What about their challenges they face?
Of course. So, as I mentioned, we support girls who are coming from orphanages, social child care centers, from socially vulnerable families, from many foster care systems, and of course, recently we also started to recruit girls from displaced communities as a result of recent war in Armenia in Karabakh, and many of them have grown up in environments affected by poverty, instability, trauma, of course, and a lot of limited opportunities. And when you look into the research, and also when I look at our experience, we see like a lot of these girls often struggle with low self-esteem, insecurity, like anxiety, fear, as I mentioned, also trauma, feeling of worthlessness. They had lack of emotional support. There were girls who had communication difficulties, they lacked social skills. They had also educational challenges. They were uncertain about their future, like coming from that educational challenges. They didn't know whether they will be able to pursue a college degree, to be able to pursue their dreams. Um, and many of them have never had also this stable person in them in their life who would consistently believe in them and guide them through their adulthood. So it was really important to provide them with that mentor who will always be there to support them. Um, and even right now, like, though the country is being is developing, there are still a lot of children who live in vulnerable conditions, and especially in my region, we have a lot of girls who are coming from vulnerable families, and it's very hard to like the unemployment rate is high. Um, but a lot of these, like, no matter in what families they are coming from, what situations the girls are coming from, so despite all these hardships, the girls are, I would say, incredibly resilient. They are talented. They are so full of potential. You just need to provide that opportunity, that safe space to support them to open up to their potential, like, to bring that out. Um, so if they have that person who will always be there to support, to guide, and believe in them, they will be able to do a lot of things in their life. So that's why we wanted to have that's I would even say like that's the first that's what our first base kind of based on. Provide this mentorship for the girls to know they are not alone in the world. There are people who believe in that.
Yeah, you talked about the mentorship program. Can you tell us a bit about how it's structured? And also, um, you talked about the importance of the psychological work. It's not only about education.
So I would say, right, regarding the program, as I mentioned, it's a three-phase model. So the first phase is mentoring. So when we have all these different psychological issues, yeah, lack of confidence, anxiety, a lot of stress, uncertainty. So that's what the first phase is all about. So we pair up. We recruit mentors for university students. We train them. They go through intensive trainings before they meet any of the mentees. And they also go through a lot of different evaluations, like first, and we do also interviews, we evaluate them, we kind of observe them in the group, and then we train them to make sure they pair up with the right mentee. So in the first phase, each mentee is paired up with one mentor, and they meet twice in a week. They have their individual meetings, and they can decide what, when, and do where to meet. Usually, we coordinate that. We know when each mentee is having a meeting. But if for any case they change it, they will let us know. And besides the individual meetings, they also do group meetings, where the idea behind the group meeting is that people are social beings, and if you want to see a change in someone, you need to put the person in a group, in a social setting, and that's how we also help the mentee to develop. So during the individual meetings, the mentor and mentee take any type of concentrate on any type of challenge. They set a goal together, and they work throughout 1 year. They work to solve that challenge, to overcome that challenge, to reach their goal. Each phase lasts 1 year. So as soon as they finish the first phase, they gain their emotional stability. The mentee moves on to the second phase, which is skill building. phase. During the skill building phase, mentees meet once in a week, and it's only group meeting. And we provide them with number of soft skills. And about 5 months, we provide the girls with opportunity to build their career plans. We use different psychological tests and regular valid psychological tests that allow them to understand what kind of strength they have, what kind of interest they have, and what professions that are available that kind of speaks to their interest and their strength. And at the end of the phase, each of them will have their individual career plan ready to use whenever they want to continue with their career. And we also organize university visits. We organize visits to different entities like factories for them to understand how it is to balance the knowledge, the profession, and the work life. So when they end, when they graduate from the second phase, they move on to the third phase, which is higher education phase. During the higher education phase, we provide the girls with, again, group meetings. They meet already once in a month. It's more about networking, budgeting. And during this phase, the girls also meet with famous artists, famous people in Armenia from show business. And the idea behind this to talk about key to their success. Like all these successful people talk about how they define success and how they got to their success. Whether they experience any type of challenge, if they experience the challenge, how they overcame the challenge, who they had as a support system. My idea, my belief is that everyone has a challenge in their life. And I don't want the girls coming from vulnerable communities to think that they are the only one who face challenges. But I want them to understand, like, everyone, like, no matter you are a successful actor, successful person, you will still have a challenge. You will still have a problem in your life. And it's the only thing that matters there is like how you approach this challenge, how you bring it, how you will solve it, how you will change your kind of acceptance of it. So this will allow the girls to understand, like, okay, this is not only about me. Everyone goes through the same situation. How am I going to solve it? And it also provides them an opportunity to think that if there's a challenge, they shouldn't give up. They need to continue, and they will get to wherever they want. So this is the third phase. And during these phases, we also expose the girls to the organizations who provide scholarships. So they kind of build a network. So when the girl finishes all these three phases, they can turn to us to get a scholarship to pursue a college degree. But we provide a scholarship only for 1 year. That's why we also want them to network and meet other organizations that provide scholarships so that they can continue with their education. And during this third phase, the mentees are also engaged in, I would say, in volunteer work, in leadership work. So it will allow them to utilize the skills they gained during the second phase. Have I answered all the questions? Remind me if I missed anything.
Yeah. This is a very, very complete program. And how would you describe the final hope or mission of the NGO?
Final hope.
Or vision. What's the vision there? The complete vision.
Yeah, so we do believe that if we continue to support the girls, we will help them to expand opportunities for them, and it will strengthen them, not only mentoring culture in Armenia, but it will also allow us to, with this program, we hope to kind of support more girls through all these three phases, provide them opportunities to gain scholarship to having access to scholarship opportunities and get a college degree. We are hoping to create like career leadership opportunities for young women so that they can understand and value their inner worth. And we know like all these girls can be the best, can bring huge changes in Armenia. So when we believe in them, when we support them, they know like they will become the strong women who can bring a lot of changes, not only in their communities, but also throughout the whole country.
Yes, you already see the change in Armenia, not only in their lives and in their families, but in society. So
of course, yeah, the society is changing because it's like a ripple effect. Even like, for example, when we include the girls in the program later, after the first year, they will come back bringing their siblings. They will come back bringing their friends. And we have a lot of girls whose siblings are in the program. And because like I just want to share some kind of numbers. When we did the whole evaluation of the program recently, so we really got these tangible results. Like 70% of all our girls, like they pursue higher education. 98% they already secured a job for themselves. More than like 80% of the girls they volunteer, they become mentors. So it's also another important thing. Like the girls value the organization and they change in themselves so much that they come back to their organization to be a mentor. And this is a way to give back, like to support another girl to experience the same type of change. And if I talk a little bit about behavioral changes, I would say that 86% of the girls, they strengthen positive self-confidence, and more than 70% of the girls, they demonstrated reduced anxiety. And all these numbers are based on all the psychological tests that we are using in our programs in all these different phases. And so when a girl sees this type of change, when a parent sees these type of changes within their daughters, they want to make sure like the other siblings are also part of it. They want to see like a change in their community. So even like parents motivate each other to send their kids to our program. We have a parent. So we usually recruit the girls from schools also. We present the program over there. And when after the first 2 years, when we started to cooperate with a new school, after the first year, the school principal, like whoever sees the change in their children, in their like students, they kind of refer the other students from the school to us. So which is very nice. This talks about the fact that not only mentees see the value, but also teachers and principals see value in the organization. And this is very, I think like this is another success for us when a principal like is so concerned about their student that they themselves refer the children to us.
yes, I wanted to ask you, how do you feel and how Nor Luyce feels about in seeing this impact and the change of the society? How do you feel?
That's an amazing feeling, I would say, because like when you care about people, when you care about all the changes that's happening, it's really rewarding. You feel, you know, I think a lot of people have heard about the Maslow and hierarchy of needs, and the top one is self-actualization. So that's the fact. Like when I see all this, that's where we do the self-actualization. We provide the support, we see the result, and we feel good about it. Like we feel happy that we could extend a helping hand to some families, to girls who can bring changes not only in their life but also in their whole communities. This is very rewarding, and it's heart. Your heart is kind of will be happy. There will be a lot of joy with it. I remember one of the parents gave a call. We provided scholarship one of the girls, and parent, she gave a call to me, and she was crying. She gave a call. She said, "Hi." She started to cry. I was like, "What's happening?" And then she said, like, "You just don't know when you appeared. Like, we were at the age of like trying to decide whether we have to take a year leave from the university because we couldn't cover the tuition, or we had to kind of borrow money from bank, or I don't know, from other friends." And she said, like, "You literally saved the future of my girl." And then those words were already something. It's really very heartwarming experience.
This is priceless.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have any future goals in the NGO? And also, how can we contribute to this mission?
So the future, regarding the futures, during this upcoming 3 years, we really would like to extend the services in other regions of Armenia, because right now we focus from my region, Shirak region, and from Nori region. But there we receive a lot of emails and a lot of messages on our social media asking for becoming a part of the program. But these girls are in a different region of Armenia, which makes it hard for them to join us. During COVID, when we did online mentoring, and when we compare it to in-person mentoring experiences, it's not as successful as the in-person one. So that's why we don't want to go to online mentoring, because like there is still this human-to-human connection. It's very different. So we have decided like to take our model to different regions and establish program over there, and maybe even share the model with the local organization, providing with the evaluation forms, with the curriculum, with everything. They just need to take the model and run the program in their society, in their community. So that's the goal we have for these upcoming 3 years. Regarding how the support, like if anyone is wants to volunteer, they are more than welcome to join the organization, and they can organize, like especially who have degree in people who have degree in counseling. They can come and organize workshops for the mentors, because like counseling is an important knowledge and for the mentors while they work with a mentee. Or if they are good at, I don't know, the database, like helping us with evaluation, updating the database we have, grant writing, or they're good at fundraising. So we have all this type of volunteer work, and we would love to have people to come and join us. Or they can sponsor a girl to participate in the program. And for one girl to be a part of the program, we just need only $600 for the one whole year. So if one person just donates $600, it will cover the expenses of a girl to be in the program for one whole year. Those are all these different types of support that people can provide. Oh, I also forgot to mention that we got ECOSOC status from the UN, which is the highest status that nonprofits can get from UN, and this allows us to voice important challenges in Armenia in the UN. So since 2021, we have been actively engaged in the presentation in UN. We gave a presentation not only during the NGOCSW events, but also during high-level political forum. We wrote a lot of briefings, a lot of statements. And we cooperate with Lehigh University, and we have youth representatives who represent the organization in the UN in New York. So, speaking of that, if anyone is based in Geneva and or in that area, and they would like to volunteer with the organization, we can get a ground pass for the UN in Geneva. So there'll be another support over there, because we are active here in New York, but we are not that active in Geneva because we don't have volunteers over there. And personally, it's hard for me to travel all these different places. So if anyone is interested in presenting the organization. There are some work to do because we need to present, we need to figure out the topics that will be discussed during the general events and meetings, and then prepare our document and participate actively. So yeah, they can also volunteer that way.
Well, thank you. We have a lot of, like, we can help in many ways, so this is very good. Is there any last message you want to share with us?
So what I really would like to say, if you want anyone to have any personal change, personal development, improvement, the most important is to provide the person with safe space. So and we need also to take into consideration there are different people, like psychologically different. It says, I mean, like there are some people who are extroverts, some people who are introverts, and to make sure everyone is heard and everyone feels comfortable to share their experiences, their knowledge, we need to provide our community, our surrounding with that psychologically safe space, and which will allow to build that ground, that base for trust, for growth. And you will see how beautifully everything will kind of change, because what we need is like to feel safe. That's the basic need. And if you know, like, you are safe, you are valued, you will feel comfortable to share everything. And when you share one idea, another idea will kind of come out of that discussion. So anyone who listens to our conversation, if you are in any atmosphere, in any situation, in any place, make sure you organize, you form that psychologically safe environment for your friends, for your surroundings.
We need empathy. We need humanity.
Exactly. Yep. That's very there. I'm so glad you mentioned that. Yeah, it's very important, because there are so many challenges in the world, and you never know. And each of us had a history. We passed through kind of challenging life, and it will never hurt to kind of light another person if you can do that.
Well, thank you very much, Shogik, for your time, for your words, for sharing Nor Luyce mission and impact. So thank you very much again.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for providing me with the opportunity to share the work that we are doing back at home.
Thank you. Thank you.